Welcome to War India News Hour. Cyber threats are the top concerns while employees are working from home. Most organizations made a quick transition to a remote workforce and a more intense focus on serving customers through digital channels. This created a rapid surge in demand for digital capabilities, products and services. The digital response to the COVID-19 crisis has also created new security vulnerabilities. Attackers seek to exploit the gaps opened when telecommuting employees use insecure devices and networks. It is also reported identifying more than a dozen government-backed groups using COVID-19 themes for these attempts. The world is on the brink of a disruption as great as last year's sudden shift to remote work, that is, the move to hybrid, a blended model where some employees return to the workplace and others continue to work from home. A report says 70% of those responding believe that the ability to continue telecommuting will factor into their next job choice. Remote workforces, cybersecurity teams need to address new risks while helping create business value in the next normal. During this pandemic, we have observed a swift acceleration of certain pre-COVID trends, but perhaps one of the most exciting trends is the rise in remote work. As opportunities democratized with remote work and talent movement, we will see a spread of skills across the country, and this is the time for business leaders to take the opportunity to access to different skills and talent not previously available to them. Let's look into today's headlines in War India. India's first free space quantum communications over 300 meters, says ISRO. The Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, has successfully demonstrated free space quantum communication over a distance of 300 meters for the first time in the country. The demonstration has included live video conferencing using quantum key encrypted signals. This is a major milestone achievement for unconditionally secure satellite data communication using quantum technologies, says ISRO. Microsoft to reopen for more employees to come to headquarters from March 29. Microsoft said it will allow employees who work at its Redmond, Washington sites and nearby campuses to choose between returning to work full-time, continuing to work remotely or implementing a hybrid model. The company told employees last October it will allow more flexibility to work from home even after it's safe to return. The company said it planned to allow employees to work remotely less than 50% of the time. Employees can also request approval from their managers to work remotely full-time or to potentially move to a new location. Trump to make a big social media comeback with own platform. Donald Trump, who is banned from Twitter and Facebook, will make a major comeback on social media in probably about 2 or 3 months, but this time with his own online platform, according to the former US President's political advisor. Trump's communication and political advisor, Jason Miller, said the 74-year-old Republican leader will be returning to social media in probably about 2 or 3 months. It's going to completely redefine the game, and everybody is going to be waiting and watching to see what President Trump does, but it will be his own platform. Lok Sabha passes the GNCTD. Now the Chief Minister will have limited legislative powers. Union Minister of State for Home G. Krishna Reddy said the Government of National Capital Territory of Delhi Amendment Bill 2021 has become necessary as there have been ambiguity in certain issues related to the functioning of the Delhi government, and several cases were also filed in the court. A bill that seeks to make it clear that the government in Delhi means the Lieutenant Governor was passed by Lok Sabha on Monday amidst strong opposition from the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party, which said that the legislation is unconstitutional. Government to set up an investigation body to inquire violations by e-commerce entities. There have been reports from the industry and accused by physical retailers of predatory pricing and offering discounts secretly to the sellers on the e-platforms, which is a violation of FDI rules. Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, that is DPIIT, will seek the Union Cabinet's approval. E-commerce players will be required to ensure transparency and treat sellers equally on their platforms. According to the draft, the government can set up an investigation body to inquire into violations of various laws by e-commerce entities and initiate action. Volkswagen's electronic vehicle business to be valued at $230 billion. German automaker Volkswagen's electronic vehicle business will be worth 195 billion euros, that is $230 billion. It has plans to transform SEAT's factory outside Barcelona into an electronic vehicle hub with the goal of producing more than 5 lakh vehicles there per year, equal to Tesla's global deliveries in 2020. It further said that Volkswagen would outpace Elon Musk-led Tesla in terms of electric vehicle sale as soon as next year. An expert says the future of commercial vehicles won't be shaped by diesel anymore but by electric trucks. MobiKwik to raise $250 million through IPO by September. Digital payments startup MobiKwik is targeting an initial public offering in Mumbai before September that could raise between $200 million and $250 million. MobiKwik records more than 1 million transactions per day across offerings including digital wallets and services such as mobile phone top-ups and utility bill payments. The IPO could value MobiKwik at $1 billion. MobiKwik is reportedly also planning to hold a pre-IPO funding round that could give the startup a valuation of $700 million. Government of India may block IP addresses of all crypto exchanges in India. Growing uncertainty for the cryptocurrency trading in India continues as the government is reportedly planning to block the internet protocol, that is IP addresses of firms or exchanges that trade in cryptocurrencies at a time when reports have already surfaced that the centre will table cryptocurrency and regulation of official digital currency bill 2021 in the parliament very soon. The debate over the ban on cryptocurrencies in the country has made many investors anxious. If the ban becomes law, India would be the first major economy to make holding cryptocurrency illegal. Google Pay head Cesar Sengupta steps down from Google. Google's top executive Cesar Sengupta quits after serving for 15 years as the vice president and general manager at Payments to start a new venture. Sengupta played a very key role in starting, building and leading the Chrome operating system team behind the development of Chromebooks, Next Billion Users and Google Pay. He is leaving Google to start something entrepreneurial outside of Google. Sengupta has been the driving force behind Google's Pay growth in India and its rollout to over 30 countries, amassing 150 million users worldwide. Increase Covishield second dose gap to up to 8 weeks, centre advises to states. The centre has told states and union territories to increase the interval between 2 doses of Oxford AstraZeneca's Covishield vaccine to 4 to 8 weeks from the earlier 4 to 6 weeks. Covishield appears to offer enhanced protection if the second dose is administered between 6 and 8 weeks, it said. The change in the interval is not applicable to Covaxin. The instruction has gone out in the middle of round 2 of nationwide vaccinations, in which people above 60 and those over 45 with other illnesses are being inoculated. An expert says since there is no proven report, this government probably wants to vaccinate more netizens, those who have not availed for the first time also. COVID Watch. India has seen a surge in coronavirus cases over the past few weeks, with the daily rise staying above 30,000 since March 18. India reported 46,951 new coronavirus infections today, a 4-month high and the highest so far this year, taking the nationwide COVID-19 tally to 1,16,46,081. Summing up, the choices you make today will impact your organization for years to come. It's a moment that requires clear vision and a growth mindset. These decisions will impact everything from how you shape culture, how you attract and retain talent, to how you can better foster collaboration and innovation. Without the security protections that office systems afford to the employees, such as firewalls and blacklisted IP addresses and increased reliance on technology, we are far more vulnerable to cyber attacks. Adapting to this new hybrid model will require rethinking of long-held assumptions. A survey reveals that 95% of CEOs speak on cyber threats as the top concern while employees are working from home. Cyber threats are the top concern for CEOs in the asset and wealth management, insurance, private equity, banking and capital markets and technology sectors according to PwC. But in a report of disruption where the role of technology has been more critical than ever, so is digital transformation. Many workers and companies have embraced remote working conditions with video, VPNs and collaboration softwares. The lack of face-to-face meetings has taken its toll on socially starved employees. A recent report found that there has been a 600% increase in reported phishing emails since the end of February, with many of them cashing in on the uncertainty surrounding the pandemic. Organizations should also be concerned about remote employees using their own devices. That's it for the day. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.